Okay, what we have here is a swarm of bees arriving at my bait hive. I have had this bait hive in my backyard for 4 years now and never caught a swarm, but here it is actually happening. I have been watching bees, scout bees, going in and out of this bait hive for about 3 days now, and I was getting ready to go up and take a look, but I guess all I have been seeing are scout bees. But here we are, Saturday morning. I just happened to be out here, and obviously the swarm has arrived, and I have basically just got myself some free bees. So essentially what happens is, wherever the hive was that issued this swarm, the swarm went off to a tree branch located nearby, somewhere between 50 and 100 feet. And from that swarm cluster, numerous scouts would go out and check out possible locations to make a home. And those scouts would basically compete. As those scouts that found a suitable home would come back to the swarm cluster and attempt to persuade other scouts to come check out the same location. And this would go on in a basic competition, so to speak, among the various scouts that had gone out to find suitable locations to make a home. And when one scout is able to persuade other scouts to go check it out, those scouts would come and they would check out the suitable home, and then they would either be persuaded or not, and then go back to the swarm and attempt to do the same thing. And over time, you would begin to reach a critical mass of scouts who were communicating to the rest of the swarm via the waggle dance that they should come and check out this new location. And then after there had been enough scouts all persuaded that this was the right place to make their new home, the entire swarm would then make the trip. So I have no idea where this swarm is coming from, but like I said, I've been watching scout bees check out this location over the course of the last 3 days. And obviously this morning I just happened to be out here when I just heard this loud humming noise, looked up, and there it was. So this is what's called a bait hive. The bait hive is about 15 feet off the ground. The hive itself is a 15-inch cube. It's a cube with 15-inch sides, and it is a copy of the design by Dr. Seeley at Cornell, who did publish literature on swarming behaviors, etc., of honeybees. And what I did was I rubbed the inside of the box with wax, beeswax, and then I also placed 2 swarm lures inside the box, which are essentially lemongrass oil in tiny little plastic tubes that have a certain ability to allow the scent of the oil to come out. And then I also put a little piece of comb hanging from the ceiling of the box. So like I said, this thing has been here for 4 years, or in my backyard for 4 years, and never caught a swarm, but here we are. So what I'm going to do, before these bees get the opportunity to orient to their new home, I'm going to go up here and capture this swarm and put them in a proper box. Because as soon as they orient to this new home, then I will have difficulty in placing them in a different place. So right now the bees are very much in reorientation mode. So as long as I can get them into a new hive in a short period of time, they will reorient to wherever I put them. And so I'm going to stop the video now and then come back later as I'm putting them in their own hive. Since this swarm is probably 3 or 4 days old, it's probably a dry swarm, which means they may not have very much honey in their guts, which means that they'll be a little more ornery than a regular swarm, which normally is quite docile. So I've gone ahead and suited up just in case they want to be aggressive about it. And also, you do not want to be up on a ladder and start getting stung by bees. Ladders are extremely dangerous, and I definitely want to be suited up before I go up there. So I'm going to go up, lower the bait hive using a rope, and then come down and install them in a hive. Okay, I've got a ring on top of the bait hive so that it allows me to lower it more easily when I do catch a swarm.
That's a lot of bees.
Okay, so this is a fairly small swarm, and so I'm going to install them in this nuke here. The nuke has a few bees in it because I was attempting to raise some queens, so those bees are queenless, and so they won't mind me installing the swarm in there. And what I want to do is I want to try and find the queen so that I can put her in a cage. Since this is a brand new swarm, they will probably not want to stay put. So if I cage the queen, then they won't go anywhere.
Okay, I'm starting to get a little anxious here.
They're swarming again onto the tree bark.
Dad, there are a lot of bees up on the tree.
Okay, I've captured the queen. I'm going to cage her. And then I will essentially have the swarm. I've gone ahead and caged the queen. I put the cage in this hive. So even though there's a lot of bees on the bait hive top right there, and there's a lot of bees up on the tree, they will eventually come down because the queen is in this hive. So once these bees discover that the queen is here in this hive, they will be calling all the other bees to come make this their home. So I can leave this now and probably come back around 7 or 8 tonight, and all the bees will be in this hive. So they'll all be in there by tonight.